Hello there, I'm Aimee DeRoehn of RoadHome Empower Yoga. Before we begin, and we will begin, I wanted to take a moment and just read something to you. This is from one of my teachers over the course of many years, Baron Baptiste, from his book, Journey into Power. Exceed yourself to find your exceeding self. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. It's that simple. If you really want to grow beyond where you are, to change your habits, your body, your mind, and your life, you need to exceed yourself. To find the authentic you buried inside, you need to tread into a new territory. The new frontiers are within us. The real stretch is eternal, internal. You know what you get from doing things the way you do right now. Your best thinking has gotten you right where you are. Do you know what you get if you go just a little bit beyond the usual? Let's find out. Come on into Ragdoll. So stepping up to the front edge of your mat, take your feet hip-width apart. And you can bring fists, two fists, in between your feet. And then please take your palms and press your fingers and your hands right down onto the tops of the feet and toes. Really take a moment with your first and second finger to press the index finger right at the big toe and press the middle finger right at the pinky toe. From there, take your inner ankles back, press your outer ankles down toward the floor. And then just bring your hands to your outer shins and press your outer shins into your hands. And then I'd like you to take the outer edge of your hands right at your hip crease, pull in and up, and you'll fold over. You'll take opposite hand to opposite elbow, right along with me, and then just drop your head. To come into something new to think about, inspiration to pop in, you must drop your head. Set your eyes on one spot behind you, and put a big bend in your knees, and let your knees kind of karate chop. And that'll release the low back and the hamstrings a little more. But press into the floor with your feet, outer shins pressing away from you. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth wide and a big sigh with me. Just rock side to side. So the holidays are right behind us. And there's so much on the to-do list. And you don't want the holidays to come and bite you in the butt. So the practice of yoga is a great way to clear your mind so that you can just keep your thoughts clear and your goals and your visions in front of you for the kind of holiday you want to have later this week. And that's all this practice does. This practice shows up to help you in your human day-to-day life. Bring your fingers to the floor. Bring your feet together. And walk on up. Walk your hands right up your legs. And then stretch your arms over your head. Taking a breath in. And a baby back bend as you breathe out. Take your hands to your heart center. Pause. Our world is crazy. Life can feel like one big drive-through. In this practice, this is your opportunity to pause and not to be overwhelmed by life, but to clear some stuff out so you meet back up with essential gratitude. Set an intention right now for essential gratitude as we literally give thanks this week. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bend your knees, press your chest into your thighs, drop your head down. Shake it out a little bit, no. Shake it, yes. Hands to the floor flat. Step back into your first down dog. Press the floor down and away from you. Press your hips and thighs straight back. Let your head drop. Put a little bend in your elbows. That way we're not locking the joints. We'll keep them kind of fluid. We like to emphasize some water in the joints, just keeping a little fluidity rather than a lockdown. Take a big breath in. Unlock the first exhale. Bring yourself into a high plank. And you can take your heels straight back and pull the chest forward. Or bring the knees down, tops of the feet on the ground. Look straight ahead. Tilt the tailbone. Lower the chest. Breathe out. Elbows in. And then upward dog. Pressing your palms down, tops of the feet down. Shoulders back. Downward dog. Inhale. Empty. Inhale, clear it. Walk, feet to your hands. Feet together, halfway lift, breath in. Empty the breath, folding in. Inhale, rise up. Keep pressing the floor down and everything else lifts. Exhale, bend the knees, bow. Follow the breath, halfway lift. And high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, up dog. Empty the breath, down dog. Head dropping. Eyes land between your feet. Instead of your eyes darting all around, come into a little stillness. And then we'll build on more inner stillness, inner sight, plug into an inner knowing. And it's all done through breathing in and emptying the breath out. Lift up your heels, feet together, bend the knees, rock back and forth, and pull, feet to your hands. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Empty the breath, fold. Halfway lift, breath in. High plank. Exhale. Inhale. Empty. Inhale. Empty the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Fill the breath to the top of the lungs. Empty it all. Float forward, feet to your hands. Just try. Try on something new. Halfway lift, breath in. Empty the breath, chest into your thighs, and fold. The more you get the air out, the closer you'll come in, chest to thighs. And ironically, it doesn't stop there, it only begins there. Press your chest into your thighs, come closer to yourself. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bow. Halfway up to high plank. Remember, you can take your knees down. Just tilt your tailbone. Sometimes more is more, sometimes less is more. Breathe in, empty. Fill your lungs, up dog. Pull the hips and thighs back, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Step your right foot next to your right thumb. Press your back foot down. On an in-breath, come up. You take a peek at your front knee and you bend it forward. And you press it toward the pinky toe side of the foot. You take the outer edge of the back foot and you press it away from you. And you squeeze your back thigh at the same time. So really squeeze that back leg. That way it's not just the front leg doing all the work. And then this will have a tendency to kind of collapse and we'll lose that strength. We'll lose integration, therefore integrity. Keep your integrity. Reach up. Strengthen your integrity and your thighs. Look up. Exhale back to the floor. High plank. Big exhale. Low push up. Breath in. Empty out. In breath. Out breath. Flatten your back foot. Step your left foot forward. Come into a warrior one. The inhale leads it. Otherwise the pose will feel like, yeah, I'm in there, but am I really? Stretch up. Back down to the floor. High plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Out breath, down dog. Take another breath in. Clear. When you don't hear anything left, walk or jump. And take a cue from an internal direction. That's why I gave you options, because some might walk, some might jump. Some days I crawl. The point is you'll get ahead. Fold. Utkatasana. Bend your knees and press your butt down. And press your heels into the floor. Tilt that tailbone, lengthen it toward the feet. Instead of sticking your butt out toward the back wall, tilt the tailbone down. Sit lower. Get breathing. The breath stokes the fire. Drop into the fire. It's not going to burn you, it'll purify you. Stretch up while you sit lower. And empty the breath. Forward fold. Head down. Halfway lift. High plank. Low. Up facing. Empty out. Right foot, warrior one. Go on up. Back to the floor. Move through. Up dog. Out breath. Left foot. Back foot down. Reach up. Back down. Move through on the in-breath, high plank. On the out-breath, lower. Fill up. Filter out. Breath in. Eyes rest right between the feet. Take your right leg up. Press through your right heel into the ceiling. And then hug it tight, knee to your nose. Flex your right foot. Kick up, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoulders are over the wrist, chin down. Kick up. And pull it tight. You got this. And sweep it forward. Right at your outside of your right thumb. Keep your back heel lifted. Come up to crescent lunge. So if the feet are wide, when you come up, you'll feel more stable. And when you feel stable, you'll have more freedom. On an inhale, everything stretches up. On an exhale, pull the hands to the heart. Breath in. Breathe out. Still right where you are. Breathe in. Empty all. In breath. Twist your left elbow right outside your right knee. Compress your palms into your heart. You could bring your back knee on the floor. You could grab blocks or a big phone book. Something that will give you a prop underneath your bottom hand to get your lungs to lift. Open things up. Look up, and as you breathe out, twist a little more, but get the breath out first. You'll find that if you exhale, the body guides you into the twist. And warrior two. Your front knee bends. You look over your right middle finger, and you breathe. You drop a little lower. And if you're breathing, it won't feel quite like crunch time. Take your left arm, wrap it around your back. Take your right arm up. Front knee sinks a little more forward. Press it open. Let your head fall back. And triangle. Straighten through your right leg. You don't want to lock the knee. You can keep a little bend in it. But I want you to karate chop yourself right at that hip crease. And also take your palm to your lower ribs and extend them out with you toward the front of the room. You can even widen your feet. Look to your upper hand. Pull it right up. And then turn your 10 toes so they'll face your side wall. Press through the outer edges of the feet. Firm the legs. Stability, stability, stability. Hook your hands behind your back. You can interlace your fingers and press your palms together. Shoulders up to your ears. Hug them down. Hug the shoulder blades in. Thighs squeezing, inner ankles lifting. There's a lot happening, but just one piece at a time you plug in. Fold in half. Your head needs to get super heavy. Drop your brain. Literally, drop your brain. Go into your breathing. Because if you focus on Ujjayi, you'll just think better the rest of the day. And you'll think clearer. Yeah. Pull yourself straight up to stand. And turn your right toes to face forward. And step your back foot in, about a foot or so. Take your hands behind your back. You can take a reverse prayer. So hands can be behind you like this. Fingers can be up or down. Or opposite hand can take opposite elbow. But you want to hug the shoulder blades in toward middle back. Let your head fall back. Press your chest, sternum up. And forward fold. You'll keep your sternum up. And then ask to have your sails raised. They say the winds of grace are always blowing. We just need to ask to raise our sails. Release your hands. Step back. High plank. Empty. Low. Fill up. Up dog. Empty out. Down dog. Taking your left leg and sweep it high. And knee to nose. Kick up. Kick higher. Hug tight. One more. And sweep it forward, right to your left thumb. Keep your back heel lifted, but kind of press through your heel too, so you really come into the back leg. Come up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale, twist. Press your palms together. Grateful for your favorite pumpkin pie. You can help me out here. I ate a lot of pumpkin pie last night. I was so excited for it. Yeah, but I know I'd come to yoga and I'd just have a good ring out. So take your twist with the intention of just wringing yourself out. Bringing ease to your digestive system, not more work. Warrior 2, find it. Sink down. Go in a little bit deeper, but breathe a lot bigger. Otherwise, you're in survival mode. Don't quit on yourself. I'm right here. Stay with me. Breathe. Take that right arm, wrap it around. Left arm, lengthen it up. On the inhale, your lungs will stretch, your rib cage will lift. On the exhale, everything sinks back down. One more, breathe in. And come up. Triangle, lengthen out. Keep a little bend in that knee. Lengthen out. Open it up. Pull yourself up. And then let's just take that fold. Hands to the hips. Elbows hug in. Hips forward. Head back. Fold on the out breath. Let your head get heavy. Like let the crown of your head melt toward the floor. You get breathing. You get into that sound. And you're happy to drop some of what you know. You're happy to let things melt. You're happy to forget last year's Thanksgiving even if it was great. And you don't think that's as good as it gets. Yeah, drop something that you think you know and come into I don't know. Bring yourself on up. Take your left foot forward. Step your back foot in. Come to stand. Stretch up. Arms behind you. Pull up. Out breath. Your exhale, just letting go. Not forced, but very naturally. Like there's nothing left but for it to do. Like the exhale understands its job. I clear out and I make room for a breath in. Because the inhale and the exhale are just so equally important. And the energy of breath understands that. Downward dog. Bring your knees to the floor. And come on onto your butt. And we'll just take your knees together. Flex your toes. And then maybe one leg straightens, maybe the other. Grab your big toes or the peace fingers and just straighten wherever you possibly can. And if you fall over, that's the practice. Please bring your legs out in front of you. And pull the flesh of your buttocks and thighs out and away from each other, behind you. On an inhale, sit up tall. And empty the breath. Knees can stay soft. Legs can even separate. Fold. On a breath in, the chest will lift away from the legs. On the easy out breath, everything falls back down. Come on up. And make your way out onto your back. Take your legs straight up in the air. And bend your knees. Catch the outer edges of your feet with your hands. And if that's not feeling good, grab the lower legs. You want the feet shining up to the ceiling, knees bent, ankles and knees in a line. As you breathe in, there'll be a little space between the knees and the floor, and as you exhale, you'll gently guide the legs down toward the floor. The exhale takes the legs further toward the ground. It's not a force. In fact, if you give up the force, excess force, so much more can happen. Without restraint, without constraint, without bullying, rock side to side, happy baby. You free up a little bit of the hips and the spine. There's a freedom in your body, and there's probably an ease to your attitude. Shoulder stand. Hands high up your back, legs straight up, and then the other. And if you can, bend your knees, bring the balls of the feet to the floor. And if that's not happening, just bring your knees into your forehead. But if your legs will straighten, go for it. Press down through your toe bones, thighs and pubic bone lift. And then hug your knees either into your chest or alongside your ears. 3 breaths. When you free yourself of something behind you, literally in your back, freeing yourself energetically for something new in today. Take your legs straight out on the floor. Hug your right knee into your chest. Knee across the body. Knee left, chin right, shoulder. Close your eyes. Come on back, squeeze in. Straighten the leg, left leg, knee up, hug in. Chin left, knee right. You can rest the foot on the leg. Again, the exhales guide the twist. Shavasana. You've made it. Give yourself a few minutes here. Have a beautiful week. Enjoy your holiday with your loved ones. Do your yoga often, and I'll see you soon.